Americans are voting early in record numbers. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Wednesday, October 23rd. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Dozens of states have opened their in-person early voting locations, and historic numbers of Americans have already cast their ballots. Nationwide, more than 18 million people have voted in person or by mail so far this year. That's according to the Election Lab at the University of Florida. In Georgia, more than 1.6 million people had cast in-person ballots by mid-morning yesterday. That's nearly 1/3 of the total vote from 4 years ago. And in Nevada, Republicans voting early in person have outnumbered Democrats. That's a reversal from 2020. Republican participation appears to at least partially reflect Donald Trump's change of heart on early voting. Before and after the 2020 election, he slammed early voting without evidence, saying it was riddled with fraud. But in this campaign, he has heavily promoted it. Here he is speaking at a rally in Georgia on October 15th.
So if you have a ballot, return it immediately. If not, go tomorrow as soon as you can. Go to the polls and vote. Then, for the next 21 days, get everyone you know to get out and vote. We don't want to take a chance. We can't lose this country.
Number 2. U.S. officials said Russia created a faked video about Tim Walz.
I was a student at Mankato West High School in Minnesota.
That was from a video you may have seen on social media. A man pretending to be former student Matthew Metro falsely accused Kamala Harris's running mate Tim Walz of abusing him years ago. Walz used to be a teacher and a coach at Mankato West High School in Minnesota. That video got millions of views. The Post tracked down the real Matthew Metro for a story we published on Monday.
Oh, it's obviously not me. The teeth are different, the hair is different, the eyes are different, the nose is different, and the accent is definitely an off-throwing thing. I obviously don't have an foreign accent.
Yesterday, U.S. intelligence officials accused Russia of creating the faked video, along with other material smearing Walz. The officials said this was part of the most active attempt yet by another country to influence the 2024 election. And they warned that Russia may be considering trying to instigate physical violence after the election. So here's another reminder to be careful out there when you're watching unverified election content. The FBI is investigating an alleged leak of U.S. intelligence about Israel. That's number 3. Last week, top-secret documents were published on an Iran-linked account on the messaging app Telegram. They contained U.S. intelligence detailing Israeli military movements. And they showed that the U.S. government believes Israel is preparing a major strike on Iran. This attack is expected in response to Iran firing a barrage of ballistic missiles at Israel earlier this month. The White House said it was deeply concerned about the document's release, and that it wasn't clear whether the information surfaced through a leak or a hack. An Israeli official said Israel was more concerned with the fact that the leak happened than its contents. Number 4. An outbreak of E. coli was linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounders. Yesterday, the CDC said it was investigating an outbreak that has sickened 49 people in 10 states. That includes 1 person who died. Agencies and officials in multiple states are working to confirm which food ingredient is contaminated. McDonald's has stopped using fresh slivered onions and quarter-pound beef patties in several states while the investigation continues. And in some related news, a recall of frozen waffles made by Treehouse Foods over listeria concerns was expanded to include more items. It includes products sold at Publix, Walmart, Whole Foods, Kroger, and Trader Joe's. You can find a list of affected items in our newsletter today. Find the link for that in our show notes. Colleges enrolled fewer freshmen for the first time since the pandemic started. That's our 5th story. This is according to a new national report released today. It showed that enrollment for white freshmen is down 11%, while Black and multiracial freshmen dropped 6%. At the same time, the overall number of undergraduates is higher for the second year in a row. That's fueled by continuing students and high schoolers getting a jump on college courses. But the figure is still below what it was in the fall of 2019, before the coronavirus pandemic. There are a few possible reasons for the decline in freshman enrollment. Last year brought the defeat of affirmative action at the Supreme Court, and also a disastrous rollout of the new free application for federal student aid. Plus, students may be worried about the costs of going to college and shifts in the labor market.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
Number 6. LeBron and Bronny James made NBA history last night. The pair of basketball players became the first father and son duo to share the court in an NBA game. They entered the game together in the second quarter of the Lakers season opener. LA beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 110-103. The younger James didn't score, but his dad finished with 16 points. And the duo got a standing ovation from the home crowd in LA. Just last year, Bronny James had suffered a sudden cardiac arrest during a practice at the University of Southern California. Then, in June, the Lakers made him a second-round pick in the NBA draft. And at number 7, a hoard of silver coins is officially the most valuable treasure ever found in Britain. On a rainy day in 2019, a group of 7 friends was moving across a field in southwest England when their metal detector beeped. The amateur treasure hunters had stumbled across a rare find. It was a nearly 1,000-year-old silver coin buried in the dirt. Then they found another coin, then another. By the end of the day, the friends had unearthed over 2,500 silver coins buried at some point in the 11th century. The lucky find has transformed the lives of the treasure hunters. Recently, the coins were sold for £4.3 million. That's around $5.6 million. The friends will share that money with the owner of the land where the stash was discovered. You can get a look at the treasure in our newsletter today. It might just inspire you to buy a metal detector. All right, you're all caught up. As we get closer to Election Day, you're going to be hearing a lot about the Electoral College. But how much do you actually know about the U.S. system for electing a president? The newest season of the Try This podcast from Christina Quinn has you covered. In 3 episodes, Christina will tell you everything you need to know about the Electoral College, where it came from, and why it would be so hard to change. Find Try This wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.